We are now up to the rebuild. So we've cleaned and assessed the 21 aircraft that I made 40 odd years ago. They're all salvageable, which is great news. So what I plan to do is look at putting the parts back on that may have come off or fell off. I have to make some new parts. Well and good. Gives me a chance to explore my skills, and the others will be pieces that I've bought on the marketplace that are current, so one will provide me with more detail than what was available in the at the time of purchase when these were bought, you know, especially when you consider that some of these were tooled as new product back in the 70s. So yeah, a few to do. Let's get into it, and we'll start with the first one. And welcome to episode 1 of rebuilds. So with this one here, the A6M5, I think this one was actually. I'm going to do a bit of engine detail on this. As you can see, that there is glue residue from Tarzan's grip or whatever it was we used back then. We're going to get a new pino there, aerial wire, give it a wash with that, so gloss and matte coats, give the underneath a wash, put the fuel tank back on, also the carrier arrestor hook. What else we got in there? Oh yeah, the go this side. Oh, what else we got there? Oh yes, the bit of detail to the seat in there. Seat and joystick's gone, so we got to put that back on the base. Try and probably put some seat belts in there. The cabling between the aerial and the tail, and oh, there's an exhaust pipe there that's floating. Can we get that? Yep. There's the exhaust pipe floating there that shouldn't be, and a broken gun. So that should bring this back to, and then improve it to the look of modern. So other than that, she's in pretty good nick. Let's see how we go. Should be connecting to that cylinder there, but that's that one. Oh, we're going to do joy chasing this one because that is connected to that. That one there is connected. What is that? Is that just gunk? Okay, we need something to put this on so we don't break the aerial. Right. Bring down the light and the magnification. Come out. That makes it uneven to know where things are. Okay. Still got me on that one. I'll just move over here a bit. I'm thinking the best way to play with this is to actually destruct, so before you can actually construct, which is terribly a bad way to go, but no, could be best to get in there and crack the whole engine off. See what sort of mess I make out of that. Bombs and guns. So there's my fun and games there. So There goes the ring. That's good. Came off without breaking. And then the next one is that ring. But that's all part of the engine. Okay. Well, that's the mission. I'll do that. Then I'll fix. After I've painted that black, I'll that there. I'll put that back on. So I don't think it'll be good if I video the destruct. So we'll put that one to bed. Okay, that came off pretty good. Come out, I know you're in there. That, will you? Did you go berserk with the glue here to make sure everything's stuck? And yes, you did. Now to pick all this stuff away. As you can see what I'm dealing with here, all that old glue and stuff that I got to chip away and then put it all back together again, if I can remember how it went. Okay, so you're one of those that goes there. Alright, I can handle that. 1, 2, 3, 4, you would have been up there. I know what I'm going to do. Pull all these things out. I'm going to clean it all down. And then Gonna have a new coat of paint, put it all back together somehow, and then detail it, because this glue has just destroyed everything I wanted to do. Here's another one. We'll be searching exhaust manifolds for a Mitsubishi A6M5. How to put it back together. My God. Like glue. And I was liking this plane too. Been glued with wild abandon. Right, that's an exhaust vent, that's a thing, that's the thing, just these exhaust ones here. So I've glued it to make it just stay put. Now that part there, should I have a crack at getting that off or not? It's like crystal. It's only that back bit which is good because it doesn't affect the front part here, but it's like all that glue's just turned to crystal. Give this a go. We scribed some stuff on here. I repaired a crack line on there. I'm going to use this and just see, because it comes in pretty plain, and you can see I've marked on there you reckon you'd want to do curved surface with the curved surface, but I tell you what, probably not the best thing to do scribe lines with. Alright, we can do better than that. Take that off, put it away, come up with something else, pull out the Tamiya craft tool that's designed for this. Pull back it a little bit, I can work it. Never used it before, so we'll see how we go. Try not to cut finger. That's a little bit better. Feels more comfortable. Getting down a different blade. Get down the front part again. Oh yeah. Twice around should do it, I think. Okay, let's have a look how successful that was. Put that in the rubbish. Right, let's do a freehand one. Beautiful. Okay, that's detailing I've never done before. But you might have practice, on this one. Right, I'll bring it back home. Let's try cutting the line first. Give it something to follow. Lovely. Now, good. Good. Now, and we're doing all right. Okay. I'll be giving this another coat of paint, obviously. Jolly good. That's something totally different we've done. Right, put all that stuff away. Alright, I've just redone the head on the cylinders with the paintbrush of Tamiya Silver, what is it, flat aluminium or something like that. Yeah, flat aluminium. And what I found while I was looking at it, because while you're doing it, you're looking at it fairly well. Let's see if I can hold that steady for 2 seconds. Is that these pipes here, I'll pull back a bit so you can see. These pipes here are just off, as you can see, they just don't hit the hole. And the intake pipes from the manifold on the other side, let's go over here. Intake manifold pipes are off by about 2 to 3 mil in the clockwise position, which means the exhaust ones, which I'm going to put back in, once I've painted, I'm going to paint them They're a good grey now, but they need to be rusted up and made a little bit more wearing when you consider that the aircraft is old and worn, and they look pristine, apart from the fact they might have just put a new engine in there. But yeah, we've got to go with the whole package. So that's that. Now the other thing too was I had to, where are they? Those there, which are the machine guns that were in the nose here. Couldn't drill a hole in them, couldn't do anything with them, so I ripped those parts out. And what I'm going to do is, there it is, cut a piece of that to length to go in the hole, and stick some of that in the wood to that, and to make the gun barrel. And I'll clip up that clear sort of thing to make it look like it's a machine and not just a piece of metal. But even though the paint could probably disguise it, but I think if it's got a few dimples in it, that'll be an improvement. And in doing so, I just knocked that off there. So another repair and maintenance job coming up. Alright, we've had a smidgekins or something form of success, and I got to drill a hole into those, and I cut a piece of together. So now what we're going to do is glue that into there. That creates the gun. Sand it down a little bit, straighten it up a little bit, sand that down a little bit, and put it in. You can do this without your fingers and you'll be able to see it. So metal into bamboo, bamboo into there, round that little piece at the join, and we've got some protuberances that look like guns. So that's what we'll do now. My black flexi CA, and we'll see how good that is. Nice to be super glue. Still looks like it needs something out, but hopefully that dries. Another piece of keep it till later. Right, well, we've got some of that stuff out. Let's see if it works by throwing that over there. Let's see if we can put this back together again. And some on that. Right, get on there. Don't break off there again. Let's have a look at you. Okay. This little thing, fix that up. Okay. Now, that is there, so that is up that way. Now, if that was a little bit more detailed, like I've seen on some of the new ones where they actually have little pieces projecting out of the ring, little uprights that, I'd probably be as game to put some wire to there to there to make it look like spark plug leads. But this engine isn't that detailed enough to let me do the detail, so we'll just call that one there. So the next trip I've got to do is paint some rust and rubbish on. Well, put those pieces in my spare pieces box. Done. And that's got to go on too, but it's upside down so I can't. Now, worst part is work out what's left and what's right. So that jigsaw. Now I do believe they're the top ones, which should follow, I think, with the big one, that one, and that one. And I think that one, now whether I got them left or right here, I'm not sure. Guys. There. No, probably if I turn it right, it goes that way. I'll turn that one. There goes. There. And these little fellas sit right at the bottom, which is what started me off the whole time, is one of those, and I think it might have been that little beggar, was loose. I'll be buggered. He goes there and he goes there. Alright, that I think is the sequencing. Technically that's it, so that's alright, we'll do that. But I'll give them a coat of whatever I think I need to give them a coat of, and roll from there. Okay, I think I might need some masking tape. Let me put my big stick of masking tape down in the tool shed. Where else will I keep it? Alright, let's have a call.